Hi, I'm Anuradha Modak, and today I'm going to take you all to a very interesting and exciting study and journey about Tree of Life. Now, this tree is mentioned in many of the ancient civilization and esoteric science and discovery. This is a humble effort to understand the details through different culture, its similarity, benefits and use, and see through the tree and question its existence within us. Let's get into this journey. So, Tree of Life, the sexual alchemy, I'm going to take through different culture, energy flow and Kundalini science, which is very similar to sexual alchemy. The first tree here is the Kabbalah tree, Kabbalah, which is the Jewish tradition. Here it is related to the tarot card as well, and the sacred number. We can see there are different circles. The circle represent the state of consciousness in the tree which is inside us. The tree is actually the representation of our mind and nervous system and the detailed state of consciousness based on our evolution. So, the lowest chakra here, or the lowest circle here, which is represented through Malakutha, which represent the underworld zone. And as we move above, Yesod, which is the purple circle, this is about the physical zone of existence. And as we move towards the top, Kethar, which is equivalent to ether zone, is the zone of the crown chakra of the top. Here we can see the involvement of different planets affecting the zone and its existence. So these circles, the details are written in Hebrew language, and it is used to understand the effects and use of numbers in our real life and its effectiveness related to our energy and the flow of energy. The next tree in the sequence is Celtic tree and Shaman tree. Celtic culture is a culture present in Ireland, Scotland, Wales and in that region, and shamans are those who believe world to be a spirit, tribal society, people who live more towards the nature. These are mainly present in the zone of Siberia, Europe, Asia, Tibet, America and Africa. Again here we can see they believe in balance, harmony, and they believe trees were our ancestors, so they can help us to heal and give energy. The tree of life here signifies three different worlds: the underworld, the physical world and the super world above us. Again, in the Mayan and Aztec culture, the tree of life signifies three main dimension or main distinct world: the underworld, physical world and superior super world, which is equivalent to heaven, where main supernatural powers exist. The Sumerian and Egyptian equally believe in the same, but it is very similar to Indian system of Kundalini and Chakra science. The Sumerian, as we can see the first picture, there are three main gods: Anunnaki, Enlil, Enlil, which are symbolic to three main Indian gods: Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and three main nerves in the nervous system of Kundalini, which are known as Id, Pingala and Shushumna, Nadi or the nerves. The yellow points signifies the chakra points and the flow of energy, the dimension of the ratio and the flow related to it. The similar three powers of three also exist in Egyptian culture and Egyptian belief about the tree of life. Egyptian further believe that the pharaoh or the king is the one who is the enlightened being, and it is shown by the headgear which the pharaoh wears, with the cobra on the top of it. The snake which exists in the dormant form in the root state or the root chakra, also very similar to Indian science. As it moves up towards the upward zone and reach the third eye, it shows the person is a highly enlightened being with the snake coming towards the top and Kundalini reaching the highest form of its energy. So it was discussed and believed that the pharaoh or the kings were not same as the normal other being. They were special being, very much having the supernatural power. The tree of life is again related to the medical symbol, also known as Caduceus, a Greek symbol having lots of similarity with Egyptian symbol signs. Here as well we can see the snakes are moving towards the top and the top crown chakra, which is very similar to the story of Adam and Eve, where in the Bible it mentions about the stairs which is used to reach towards the heaven or the kingdom of God. The stairs here is symbolic to the DNA helix stand, DNA, which is the basic structure of life in the cell. So once the energy, the Kundalini energy reach to the top, it is just not the shift of the mind, but a complete shift in the DNA or transformation of the DNA, which as well takes place. You let go the negative genes, the negative background, and grow completely different being once the energy shift takes place. The story of Adam and Eve is nothing else but the flow of masculine and feminine energy in the system. As well as I mentioned, it is very equivalent to Ida, Pingala and Sushumna Nadi in the human system as per to Indian belief system. So as we know, Adam and Eve were there in the Garden of Eden, and there were two trees, tree of life and tree of knowledge. God has prohibited them to use the tree of knowledge. But as we know the story, the use of tree of knowledge led them to be more judgmental and developing the understanding of good and evil, which further affected them or the human race not to accept and discover our own identity, our own beingness in the same light. So earlier, when tree of life was the only main tree to be used and harnessed, the sexual energy were used in the most pure and holy manner with an unjudgmental behavior. But as tree of knowledge got into existence and used, the sexual most creative energy got quite judgmental and get into the system of human being different negative emotions like guilt, pain, shame, resentment and so many others. The tree of life is very similar to Christ's crucifixion cross. Tree of life is the microscopic map of the universe, and it is also equivalent symbolic of the Christmas tree with the star on the top as the enlightened crown chakra. The Kundalini and the chakra, as also explained in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Here the Bhagavana Shri Krishna mentions about the different 7 dimensions which are below us and 7 dimensions which are above us. So what are dimensions or lokas? Dimensions are nothing else but the different state of mind and experiences related to it. So as the being moves through these energy centers and its transformation, the being experiences different dimension. The dimension which are not just physical dimension but mental and emotional and psychological as well. So it is same as outside and inside, as above, so below, which is one of the 7 principles. The Kundalini chakra, now I am going to discuss its detail. The first chakra, which is the Mooladhara chakra. Here, the main deity is the Brahma, and the feminine counterpart here is Dakini. As well, we can see here Ganapati and Indra. The main mantra here is Lam, which is also the mantra of Indra. It is said that Ganapati is Vigna Harta, one who helps in dissolving the problem, as well as Vigna Karta. When Ganapati comes in front, he creates the problem. So worshipping Ganapati inside helps us to activate and resolve the situation better inside the Mooladhara chakra. As we move above the next chakra, Swadhishtan, the element here is water. The element in root chakra, as it is ground, it is more gross, the most gross in fact, is earth. As we move upward, the Swadhisthana chakra here, now the element is water. Here, the masculine energy is Vishnu or Hari, and the female counterpart here is Rakini. The female counterpart, Rakini, is equivalent to Lakshmi, which is the goddess of wealth. So Vishnu, who is the sustainer of the world, helps us to experience pleasure, experience life. So this chakra helps us to be in flow as the flow of water and experience the beauty of life. As we move towards the next zone, which is Manipura, here the masculine energy is Rudra, which is one of the form of Shiva. Rudra has the energy which is destructive as well as very creative or constructive. The feminine counterpart here is Lakini. The energy of this center is more governed by sun. The energy is fire by nature and control the main zone, which is the stomach, intestine, kidney and so on. It is said, because it is fire, it is also said in Sanskrita, Jathar Agni, the Agni which is present in fire, in stomach, which helps in breaking down the food. So one who is able to break down the food beautifully in the stomach also is able to understand the breaking down of thoughts in mind equally effectively. Here the Rudra, which is the aggressive as well as the constructive form of Shiva, helps us to generate very high power, very high energy. As we move upward, we now reach the heart chakra, also known as Anahata. Here the masculine energy is Ishvara, which is a form of Shiva, and the feminine counterpart is Kakini. The Shiva form here is more compassionate, loving by nature, and helps us to experience life, being and surrounding in a more compassionate form. The element here is air, so it has lots of mobility. Next, as we move upward, we reach the Vishuddha chakra. But another very important point which I want to mention, the Anahata is the main center point where the two worlds are meeting, the upward world and the downward world. The upward world, which represent by the upward moving triangle, and the downward world with towards it is mentioned with the downward moving triangle, and as a result this chakra is the intersection of two triangles. The chakras below the heart chakra or Anahata, they are more based on survival instinct, and as we reach the heart, as soon as the heart is open, we move towards higher dimension and higher reality. but we cannot open the heart when we are working on survival instinct. So reaching to the heart and opening the heart chakra is a very, very mature state of mind itself. As we reach to the next level, Vishuddha, which is also known as the filter and filtration process, it controls the zone of communication, the glands, the like thyroid and parathyroid, thymus, and such region, which is related to speaking and zone of this area. So Vishuddhi is having the masculine energy of Sadashiva and feminine energy of Shakti. Here the energy are all held to express through communication in the most beautiful manner. Not just communication, but the uttermost truth, the uttermost fact without any fear. As we move to the next level, which is third eye, here the feminine energy is Hakini. Again, the counterpart is a form of Shiv. The energy here helps us to see things with much more clarity. Third eye is not literally any eye in that sense, but the eye of perception to see through things with extreme clarity. Now another beautiful thing is, as we move from the lower chakra, the feminine energy like Dakini, and as we move till the point of third eye, the feminine energy like Hakini, the energy of the goddess mother shift in a very different manner. Like Dakini and all the lower energy, the mind of these goddess are intoxicated by nature, which is related with high amount of attachment. And as soon as the goddess reach at the top level of third eye, the goddess reach with the mind of Sthira Pragya, which is the mind with extreme high focus and clarity. So it is just not the journey of energy, but how the mind is changing, how the being is changing from a highly attached being with physical, emotional, mental attachment to highly unattached being and living a completely liberated and free life and yet a loving being. This after this third eye, we reach to the highest, which is crown chakra, Saharsha, where we literally don't count 1000 petals, but many petals. It is considered with many petals, and here the Shiva and Shakti meets together. It is said the yogi generally is able to concentrate and focus their energy on the crown chakra, and this is the place or the bridge point which helps to reach to the next higher dimension and zone. So this entire system of chakras and flow of Kundalini in these chakras is also explained beautifully through Gunas, as Gunas are discussed in Srimad Bhagavad Gita by the Bhagavana. Sri Krishna helps us to understand there are three different main gunas: tamasic, rajasic and sattvic. So once the consciousness and mind is present at Mooladhara state, the nature of being is more tamasic by nature. As we move upward and reach towards Manipura, the nature of being turns to be more rajasic by nature. And as we cross the heart chakra and reach above, the nature of being change more towards sattvic by nature. The colors of this zone, as I was just mentioning, towards the first, the root chakra, red, then vermilion or orange at the sacral chakra or Swadhisthana, then Manipura, which is solar plex, with the petals around are all blue and the center is yellow because it is solar sun's energy. As we move up, the heart chakra, which is pink by nature and blue in the center because it is air. In many other books it's also mentioned in green. As we move up, the throat chakra or Vishuddhi, it is blue by nature. Third eye, white or indigo color, and then the crown chakra again white. Here I would like to mention two important books which beautifully mention the flow of energy and exact nerves in these center points of chakras. So one of these books is Saundarya Lahiri, which is written by Adi Shankaracharya, and mention how Devi and the power of Devi in these centers with exact numbers of rays or nerves which are activating these centers. The next book is Lalita Sahasranama, which is a discussion between Lord Hayagriva and Agastya Saint, which discuss about the power of Devi, who is the divine feminine energy, at these respective center and the flow of energy related to it. The science of chakra was not only related to the body but further related to the zodiac signs and astrology related to it. It helped people during that stage to take even food based on it. So the Ayurveda was also related to the science of chakras and the nature of body which are predominant in specific type of body types. So the energy movement, which is the movement of masculine and feminine energy for highest manifestation, as said, the Shiv and Shakti, Yin and Yang, Eve and Adam, beautifully moves upward and reach at the highest touch point, which is the crown chakra. Here I would like to mention a wonderful text known as Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. It is one of the book by Kashmiri Shaivism. Shaivism is a tradition who follow Shiv by belief. So Vigyana means science, Bhairava means beyond the sound or beyond words. Tantra, which I believe not very specifically discussed or taken in the same spirit as it is. Tantra is science, is a very scientific process of technique to know and understand how to do things to manifest higher realities through the body. It helps us to understand things in a much more experiential manner. It helps us to discuss and get to the details of how sexual energy can be uplifted across to different zones with the help of trustworthy, right, appropriate, aligned partner. But this is to be practiced and taken care with the Diksha and understanding of right Guru. Another very important aspect of Vigyana Bhairava Tantra is the use of breath, because breathing really changes the mind. So it discusses about different breathing exercises which can completely change the reality and manifestation fact. Vigyana Bhairava Tantra is a conversation between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. It discusses about 112 ways to enter universal transcendental state of consciousness. And this is what Shiva is talking to himself as his own feminine counterpart, which is really wonderful and really one of the beautiful scientifically explained fact. Here I would also like to mention about meditation, which are discussed and seen by Venn Dyer and implemented by many in the world. As we see the details of meditation, which are given by Dattatreya Shiva Bhagavana, or also known as Dr. Pillai, is one of the cosmic sound of creation. Ah is the sound of taking the sexual energy from the lowest bottom to the highest top of third eye and crown chakra with a complete single focus in mind, with the intention of thought which the person want to create into the reality or into the existence can brought into picture based on this meditation. So the use of chakra is not just limited to what we discussed till this point. It also further extend out of the body into the design of temple, the design of space where people reside. It helps to understand the sacred geometry in a much more wider dimension, and use of golden ratio, which is 22/7, the Pythagoras theorem, with the exact ratio exactly based on the chakra center point and its breadth and dimension, and the movement of energy get more easily used and signified, as it is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, and its significance, the flow of energy, and which are the touch point where the energy can be most beautifully harnessed. So with this, I would like to end up this video. Thank you so much. It was great to share with all of you all these possible details. If you like this discussion or this particular video, please subscribe to the channel, share it with like-minded people so that people can really further question the existence and the belief related to this beautiful tree of life. Follow my Instagram channel where I post regular posts related to life, well-being, meditation and other aspects of self-discovering. Let's all of us get to this wonderful journey of knowing the tree within us and expanding through the tree in different higher dimension. Thank you once again.